Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm James. If you are joining me for the very first time, I do videos about international students, travel opportunities, and immigration to the United States. Today's video, I'll be talking about the physical examination required for applicants coming to the United States of America. And this physical examination, it all depends the duration, what they do during the examination, and how the results are given out. So it all depends on your location, but in most developed countries, this physical examination, the entire process lasts for maybe 2 days or a week. In most developing countries, it usually takes like 5 weeks. So it all depends on where you are. But before people go for these physical examinations, there are a couple of questions that most applicants, they want to find out and have a clue on what's going on. And we shall be looking at those questions today. Number one question is, are children required to have chest x-rays or blood tests? This is the very first question that most people traveling with their minor children want to know. And let's look at the answer. Chest x-rays and blood tests are not usually required for children under the age of 15. So they are not required to have usually under the age of 15. Next question. What if the applicant has an intellectual or learning disability? And the answer is applicants with an intellectual or learning disability must present a report of their condition and any special educational or supervision requirements. So during your physical examination with the panel physician, you would have to present a report of if you are accompanying an applicant with a physical or learning disability, they would have to present a special educational or supervision requirement. The next one is what is the legal basis for requesting medical information for visa applicants? What is the legal basis for requesting medical information for visa applicants? Medical eligibility is a requirement of INA, the Immigration National Act, sections 212A and 221D. Failure to provide required information may cause delay or denial of immigrant visas. If an immigrant visa is not issued, all medical eligibility forms will be treated as confidential under INA section 222F. The last question before we go to the medical history. What should the applicant expect at the physical examination? So before going for that examination, after you book an appointment with the panel physician's clinic, what do you expect to meet? What are the things you need to bring? So it starts with the applicant must show his or her passport or identification, appointment letter to the doctor during the physical examination. So when the National Visa Center, that's the NVC, sends you a notice for your interview, you would have to print out that notice document so you'll be able to show the doctor during your interview. And the medical examination will include history, physical examination, chest x-ray, blood test, and the physical examination will at least include examination of the eyes, ears, nose, throat, heart, lungs, abdomen, lymph nodes, and skin. In some countries, the panel physician, so here we're talking about how the results will get to you. In some countries, the panel physician will send the results directly to the consulate or embassy. In other countries, the panel physician will give the applicant his or her medical exam results in a sealed envelope, and the X-ray which the applicant must bring to the interview. Now, note, every applicant should note this: the applicant, the attorney of record, if applicable, and the petitioner. The medical examination is not complete. It's not a complete physical examination. Its purpose is to screen for certain medical conditions related to U.S. immigration law. The panel physician is not required to examine you for any conditions except those that the U.S. Public Health Services specifies for U.S. immigration purposes. nor is the panel physician required to provide you with diagnosis or treatment, even though other matters related to your health might be discovered. This examination is not a substitute for a full examination, physical examination, consultation, diagnosis, or treatment by your primary health care provider. So it is important for applicants to know about all this, and that's why you need to go back to the website and check on this yourself after this video. And the medical history. So there are a couple of questions here about the medical history of the principal applicants as well. The first question is, what if the applicant had a positive tuberculosis skin test? And the answer is they would have to provide a documentation that indicates the treatment they're taking signed by their primary physician. And applicants who have ever had abdominal chest x-ray should borrow the last x-ray films taken and bring them to the panel physician. The actual films, not the typed report, may be required to compare the x-rays that will be taken at the examination. And the next question is, if the applicant is pregnant, must she have a chest x-ray? And the answer is pregnant women. I'll go to the next one. Pregnant women would have to provide panel physician with consent to conduct chest x-ray. And so the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, that's the CDC, requires the women who are pregnant and required to have an examination in connection with issuance of a visa. They are examined in a country currently using the 2007 TB technical instructions must have a chest x-ray examination conducted. So pregnant women would have to do a chest x-ray examination. And the next question is, what if the applicant has a history of harmful or a violent behavior? What if the applicant has a history of harmful or violent behavior? Applicants with any history, that's the answer. The answer right here is applicants with any history of harmful or violent behavior resulting in injury to people or animals or harm to inanimate objects must provide information that will allow the panel physician to determine if the behavior was related to a psychiatric or mental or medical problem or to drug or alcohol use. Harmful behavior includes attempted suicide or self-harm, no matter how minor in nature. The other question is, what if the applicant has been treated or hospitalized for psychiatric or mental illness or alcohol or drug abuse? The answer is applicants treated or hospitalized for psychiatric or mental illness or alcohol or drug abuse must present written certification including the diagnosis, duration of treatment rendered, and prognosis. And the other question is, what if the applicant is being treated for a chronic medical condition or is taking medication on a regular basis? So if the applicant is taking medication or being treated for anything, the applicant being treated for chronic medication conditions or those taking medications on a regular basis should be familiar with the medical conditions being treated and the names of medications they are taking. Applicants unsure of their diagnosis must present a certificate describing conditions, the current treatment, and prognosis with a list of prescribed medications. And can the applicant have a medical examination if she is having her period? And the answer is yes. And the other question is, physicians. Can the applicant have his or her physician perform the medical examination? The answer is the medical examination must be performed by an approved panel physician. So if your physician is an approved panel physician from the U.S. government, then that's good. You can always use your panel physician. And the last question, but not the least, about this video for today, can the medical examination take place in the United States if the applicant is pursuing a visa application abroad while physically present in the United States? And the question goes again, can the medical examination take place in the United States if the applicant is pursuing a visa application abroad while physically present in the United States? And the answer is visa medical examinations may not be conducted in the United States An alien pursuing a visa application abroad while physically present in the United States must have the medical examination conducted by a panel physician approved by the visa issuing U.S. Embassy or consulate. And that's it for today. We've seen the questions that are related to medical examinations by principal applicants going for a visa. And you can always go to the website to verify this information detailedly. And before you go, leave me a comment. Remember to subscribe, like, and share my video. And make sure you click the notification bell so each time I post these good videos, you'll be the very first one to see them. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all, and bye.